Good morning. It's a Thursday. It's your Morning Minute, 5280 Sports Network. Nate Lundy, Shawn Drotar. Thanks for stopping by, checking it out here as we continue to roll on toward Week 7 in the National Football League. Still feels like it's a lot of days away before the Broncos and the Texans will battle, but it doesn't stop us from talking about the game plan and the game prep. Shawn, there's been a big discussion about the running game, the balance between C.J. Anderson and Devontae Booker. With all due respect to Capri Bibbs, I'm going to focus on those two right now. And the expectation that Devontae Booker is going to get more carries coming up on Monday. Certainly something needs to jumpstart the running game in order to free things up in the passing game.
Certainly. I mean, the Broncos expected to be a running team coming into this season, and that hasn't materialized. Booker seems to be part of the answer. Remember, by the way, when you talk about having Booker's carries cut into C.J. Anderson as if that's some sort of insult to Anderson, who's in the bell cow role, he's never had that role before. Last year, Ronnie Hillman, who isn't even on the team, had 47% of the carries. C.J. Anderson had 45%. So the idea of Devontae Booker coming in and taking almost half of it would be normal for C.J. Anderson over the course of his career. You brought up a great stat yesterday that after his 10th carry of a game, C.J. Anderson drops off by a cliff, basically, when it comes to yards per carry. I do think that adding Booker to the equation and that mixes things up. It adds a little diversity, and it lets the Broncos run the same plays while keeping their backs fresh, because this isn't a Hillman situation. You can run the same plays with Devontae Booker between the tackles that you can with CJ. You don't have to change the offense for either back.
And believe me, I'm not an offensive play caller. I'm not even going to try to fake that I am. But I will throw this out that we talked about on the radio show this morning, and that is I would like to see Devontae Booker put out there to start a drive and let him be the guy for an entire drive. Instead of one carry here, two carries here, and then right back to the sideline. Let's see if allowing him to get into a rhythm somehow breaks loose what this offense needs most importantly. And that's not to take away from C.J. Anderson. I might turn around and do the exact same thing on the very next drive with C.J. But I think the opportunity for Devontae Booker to go out and build himself some rhythm on this offense may be what they need. It may be the sort of thing that can help out ultimately the offensive line, can help out Trevor Siemian, and ultimately Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas, because of the fact that until you get that running game with a true threat, whether that is up the middle, whether it's around the outside, or it's through the screen passes, Shawn, you're not going to get away from teams playing that zone defense in the secondary because they believe they can stop the run using 6 guys, 7 guys.
Yeah, working around the offensive line is going to be a challenge. The other possibility for the Broncos as Virgil Green returns to health, as Jeff Hireman's able to make a little bit of an impact, is using the tight end a little more in offense as well. Another weapon that the Broncos really haven't utilized this year. More opportunities to diversify. That's what the Broncos have to do. I think you'll see a big difference, though, in this game from the last game, now that Gary Kubiak, who is a much better play caller than he is often given credit for, is back.
Also, the Avalanche continue their road trip. It's a total of 4 games on the road trip, 2 of them already in the rearview mirror. Tonight they take on Tampa Bay. And a news and note for you as it pertains to 5280 Sports Network. We are happy to welcome Adrian Dater, who covered the Avalanche for 19 years for the Denver Post. He's going to start doing a podcast for us, so we look forward to that. That should kick in here in the next 24 hours. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at 5280 Sports Net. We'll send out the link to you. But Dater is back. He'll have the podcast for us dedicated exclusively to the Avalanche, and we really look forward to that and to having Adrian on board with our team. Enjoy the Thursday Night Football. We're back with you for a Football Friday tomorrow. For Shawn, I'm Nate. See ya.